Hey there assassins, this is Will and welcome back to another Wheel Assassin guide. This is the Russian base part number 5, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how to build probably the most memorable part of the entire base. It is of course the main lobby area. So as you can tell, oh no, there's a hole in the back wall. Well, in the actual series anyways, you do see some troops at the end of Season 3 rushing down this corridor behind me. And they're coming in to sort of take over the base, and they figured out that is a Russian secretive base operating in the middle of America, which is, you know, very, very bad, especially during the height of the Cold War and whatnot. So yeah, it's a really cool scene, and of course we see Steve, Robin, Erica and Dustin sneaking along the back of these pipes, trying their best to get through the base and see what on earth is going on in here. And the room on the left here, which we might get done today, but we don't know, is of course where Steve knocks the guy out with the telephone. Very cool scene. So yeah, we're going to be grabbing some bits and bobs today and building this very bright, colourful, even though it's pretty much grey, area of the Russian base. Let's get some materials guys and get building part number 5. So to begin today's build, we are going to take ourselves some light grey concrete, some polished andesite, redstone lamps, cyan terracotta, black concrete, block of netherite, honey blocks, yellow stained glass, and finally some smooth stone. Remember guys, if you need to use the pause button at any point, please go ahead and do so and add any comments in the comments down below. Well, obviously. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to go ahead and take our polished andesite first. You see these pillars here on the end of this hallway, this corridor just here? We're going to make them go up to 12 blocks in height, because that is the total height of our actual lobby area for our base. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already. So we just need to add 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Do the same on this side. Just add in 6. And then we have our starting point for our main lobby area. Connect these up with 2 rows of 3, like so. Then we'll add in ourselves 2 rows of 6 on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Build that along, and then the other side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and same here. And then we're actually going to drop straight down from this 6th one down to build a nice pillar just here. Now there will be some elements to this build. Do the same on the opposite side, by the way. So some elements of this build will need to be chopped out just so we can add in or replace with other blocks. But for now we'll build the basic structure, the sort of exoskeleton of the whole thing, and then we can come back and, you know, fill in the gaps later if we need to. Okay, the next thing to do is go around this corner and add in 12 blocks, well not 12 blocks, about 10 blocks of light grey concrete. So you'll leave 2 blocks above for your polished andesite. We'll do another one of these, so 10 blocks of light grey on a diagonal corner. Then we'll do an entire pillar of polished andesite just here. And then we'll do another 10 with our light grey. And then your 2 rows of polished andesite above, just to carry on that sort of film across the top. Now once you get around the corner here, we'll go into a big sort of square shape. So we'll just build up for our 12. Then we'll go ahead and add in ourselves 5 with the 2 rows. So 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th one, build up from the ground. So you want to leave like a gap of 4, like so. And then we'll go ahead and add in ourselves another 2 rows that are going to go along for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for 2 rows. But we don't end it on a pillar of polished andesite this time. We're going to leave that nice and plain, and instead add in ourselves light grey concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's in line with that one above. And then fill up these 2 kind of for giant walls. I said towards the beginning of this section that this was going to be like a square, but in actual fact this kind of area is like a very big 2D rectangle. So we'll go ahead and just fill this whole shape in. Almost there. There we go. So now we can actually start to carve it back round so we can connect it up to the other side. This is looking great, by the way, guys. You're doing an awesome job so far. So next thing to do is add in your 3 rows of 10 high pillars. So that's 2, and then a third one just here. Then we'll add in our 2 lots of polished andesite for each one. Then what we want to do now is actually start to connect the polished andesite around kind of over here. So I'm going to add in myself 2 just here, and then build 2 out like so. I'm going to do the same again. So 2, and then 2, then 2, and then 2. So technically I have 3 of these joined up, which is the exact same on my original one. Now here we're going to leave a lot of gaps kind of empty. So on this one now, where you've kind of finished up the connections, drop down under this one and add in your 10 light grey concrete. These are for the strange sort of corners in the base to make it look very menacing. So they're the ones that I've got like, they should have corridors leading off from them. So I think in the series there are actually doors on the 2nd level and the 1st floor. But we don't really see what's behind them ever in the 3rd series of Strange Things. We're going to go ahead and take our black concrete and we'll build it up from for about, well, we'll go from the top actually. We'll drop down for just this one, so this first layer of light grey. Drop down under it and build about 4, like so. Leave a 1 block gap and build 4 again, just here. Go ahead and add in another one this side and another one this side as well. Now build 2 lots. So you have 2 lots on both sides, and they're not connecting on the corner here, so we're keeping that diagonal shape going, like so. Looking super cool, guys. If you want to come onto the inside gap and build in 4 here to connect on the inside, then go ahead and do so as well. That keeps the shape of the polished andesite being the majority of the build, like so. So we never actually connect to the polished andesite with our black concrete. So then our next step is to take our light grey concrete again. We're going to go a diagonal away from this one that is connected to the black concrete, and we'll build a pillar of about 10 here again, like so. Place yourself polished andesite on top of that, and then we're going to go ahead and work around the corner here. Work. So what we need to do next is take your polished andesite again, drop under the 2 and add in 1, 2, go out for 1, 2, 3, and then curve back in for 1. On the corners of this 4 block shape at the back, we'll add in pillars that are going to reach right to the bottom, like so. 1 here and another one just here as well. We need to connect them up by 2, and then 1 here and 1 there as well, so it will connect up to the actual structure, and it almost looks like an oblong shape has just been plonked here, and we're supposed to connect it up. Now we'll add in 2 rows of 3, just connecting to the rest of the polished andesite around the build. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in myself a block of netherite just here, so past this polished andesite and up for 10 before the 2 andesite at the top. So make sure you have this little corner in here, so you have the 1 and the 2 light grey concrete pillars before reaching, you know, this whole shape here. So in this shape in here, we're going to take yellow stained glass for the sides, across the top, and of course the other side as well. And around the back, we use honey blocks. This is so we can dampen the sort of light on the inside, so we can minimize light pollution from the lights that we're going to be putting on the inside of these almost weird tunnel things for the structure. And of course, with this being a secretive base and with it being underground, we really don't want any light pollution. Can you imagine one guy's trying to fix the sewers or something, and then all of a sudden, you know, just sees like a random Russian base just appearing out of a mole hole. Very unrealistic, but it would be funny. It would be very funny. So we're going to go ahead and take our block of netherite again, go diagonally away from this one, and place 3. Then we're going to have to use a block of random, so I'm going to use honey just for 2. We will replace these with normal permanent blocks afterwards, but there's 2 of these different materials and I can't fit them in my hotbar right now. So honey will do. Then we'll stick some block of netherite here, 2 smooth stone above, and then finally 2 more netherite above with polished andesite on top. Knock out the honey. We'll take redstone lamps and place one here and here now, just below the 2 andesites above. Come behind the lamp and stick another 2 andesite above with a temporary one just for now. where the 10th one was, you can actually build a pillar of 10 blocks of netherite, like so. And this starts us on a whole new section. So here, we're going to come onto next to this one, instead of diagonal, and build 4 more of these pillars. Now, the one furthest away, so this actual 4th one, is going to be the only one to be covered up with andesite above. The other 3, these in the middle, will stay stationary for now. So add polished andesite here, and you can see these are going to be bare. Behind this, you can add in your polished andesite, place a tent block, and then build 2 rows of 3 above, like so. We will sort out the interior details afterwards, of course, but for now that'll do the trick. Now we're going to make another strange pillar like this one, again over here. So get the honey at the ready. Place 3 netherite blocks here, 2 temporary blocks just here, 1 netherite again, 2 smooth stone again, and finally 2 netherite again with your polished andesite on top. Knock out the honey. There we go, like so. Add in your redstone lamps, 1 here and here, like so, again diagonally away from each other. Go behind this diagonally, so we're going back out, and build a pillar of 10 netherite here, so it matches up the redstone lamp, and then your andesite above for 2. Now we're going to add in our oblong shape again, so this strange kind of cube. Why do I keep saying cube? This is not a cube, this is like half a cube. So half a cube shape over here. We'll add in 2, 3, curve it around for the 1. On the corners of this now 4 block shape, add in your pillars, stretching to the ground. For both of them, of course. And then add in 1 block here and here, and 2 at the back, so it connects up the entire build and makes it very 3D. Take glass above the top, glass down the side, the other side, and then 2 pillars of 7 honey blocks here. I think that's 7, let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in fact. Nice. So 8, like so. That looks great. Okay, so the next thing to do is take your polished andesite again. We're going to run 4 blocks across the top, just like, oops, not there. 3 blocks across the top for 2 rows to make a 4 block shape, like so. That is what I was trying to get to. I just completely said it the wrong way around. There we go, that's looking great. So the next thing to do again is come around here and add in a light grey pillar, like we were doing before, from the sort of 3D shape here, and just stopping before the 2 polished andesite above. Then we can build another diagonal polished andesite here for 10, with 2 andesite on top, and the andesite once again will do this curvature thing, kind of making a diagonal M shape, if you see here. So we want 3 of these points. So this is number 1. We're going to add our first point just there, another one here, and a point just there, another one here, and our final point here. We need to curve it back in like so, so we can make the diagonal M. So 1, 2, and 3 points for our M. This side over here, drop down under this last polished andesite and build 10 of your light grey concrete. Then we can add in ourselves our 4 black concrete as we did before this side. So drop down a block from the top, the first light grey concrete, and place 4 on both sides and build them for 2. Don't connect them on the back, keep it nice and diagonal. On the inside though, we have a silhouette here made of our polished andesite above, so you can add in 4 on the inside. Now a block away, go ahead and build another 4, and this one should touch the ground. Do the exact same design as the one above. Like that. Wicked. Take a little step back, admire your work for a second, and then we'll hop back into the build. Okay, so the next thing to do is taking your light grey concrete again. Oh my goodness, you guys are going to be so sick of me saying that by the end of the entire series, if you're not already. We'll go ahead and build ourselves another 2 pillars of light grey, going up for 10, and then your polished andesite will go on top for the 2. Now then, we've once again come to this big wall over here. Now then, this is going to throw everyone off. It just threw me off and I ended up building it, thought it was wrong, so destroyed it, but it turns out I was completely right. So what I did on my original build that is really frustrating is, you see this pillar here? Well, on our one we're going to be building in a second, it's going to be the block back from that one just there. So we can actually place the andesite in right now. So just run from your pillar on this side, going back, keeping in the same line, and just build one block to the left once you're in line, with diagonally away from this one. We're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 light grey concrete here, whereas we built 7 on that side. And as you can see, the next one along is 4 blocks of light grey concrete, where on this one we're going to build 5. Now I figured out the reason we do this. It is because when I built the little surveillance room down here where Steve, knocks the guy out, we need to add in the door. And of course we can't have a 4 block wall over this side, because the door would have to be worth 2 blocks, because it would be in the center then. And because of my OCDs and whatnot, I just went ahead and built 5. So then we have the middle block here with 2 on both sides, which totally makes more sense. So yeah, if that threw anyone off, I'm so sorry, but I'm glad that we can actually get on the next step now. Okay, so let's build this 6 blocks up here, up for our 10 of course. So the actual height is all the same, it's just the 1 block off, which is really frustrating. But we do make it up on the next one along. It's just the opposite way around, which is a little bit awkward. So our 2 rows of polished andesite on top of the 10 light grey concretes. Polished andesite pillar just there. And then we'll do our 5 blocks this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill up the entire wall for now. We'll add in the door afterwards. Going up for the 10, which will be about another row. There we go. And then our 2 andesite above, placed in all the wrong spots. And once you have that shape in there, of course we have to finalize it with another andesite pillar, building straight up to the 12 blocks. Then we'll build a 10 block pillar here of light grey concrete diagonally away. Another one just here, exactly the same, again using the same method as before, the 2 polished andesites on top. A pillar of andesite goes here, up for the 12, and then finally 2 light greys here, and you should be diagonally away from the rest of the build, just over this side. Wow, that was mental. Now then guys, I'm going to leave you to do this next section alone. If you want to go ahead and fill up these 2 up to 10 with 2 andesite on top, the same on these 2, and then fill up this wall here, this little gap we'll do together, and we'll just knock out those and build light grey like so, and then this gap here also with your light grey. Let's get it done so then we can continue the build. If you need to refer back to anything at any point, use the other wall for your referring. Okay, let's finish up this build. So now then, whilst we build the interior, so that we can have a lot of light in here so we can get things done, I recommend leaving the roof off. But if of course you're building underground, go ahead and grab some sea lanterns. That's why I left a little space on the end there for you. So let's take ourselves some lapis lazuli block, some glass panes, some iron doors, polished andesite slabs, a button, that is the stone one, polished andesite stairs, polished andesite once again, and finally some iron bars. Now I might repeat myself with some materials in this particular part, only because certain elements we can only do from the inside, whilst we've got the outside done, if that makes sense. So we might have to grab some bits and bobs back a few times. So anyways, take yourself a lapis lazuli block. We're going to go ahead and build 2 blocks up the left side here, next to this hallway. We'll go ahead and build a diagonal one here, going up for 5. So that is 4 and 5, and then cut into the wall here for 1. So it looks like the pipe goes into the wall there. Drop down here, leave a gap here and place 1. Then we'll do 2. Then we'll build up for 3, and then we'll build 1 in the wall there, like so. So technically you have 1, then a pillar of 4, then 1 in the wall. In this corner, add yourself 5, and then add in 1 in the wall there, in line with the polished andesite. Now we must do some pipes on this side, but these are going to be away from the wall, so you can use these as a little bit of a hiding spot from the Russians. So we'll go ahead and build on the 3rd row up from this polished andesite. Go 1, 2 blocks in on your light grey, and on the second one we build for 1. We go out diagonally and build 2, like so. Then we'll leave a block space and we'll build 1, 2, 3, and 1 up there, like so. So literally just the exact same, just slightly taller. Awesome. That's looking great. Okay, so that little section is done now. Now then, we're going to be building the sort of catwalk that goes around the entire area of this thing, apart from this side, of course. So we'll take ourselves our andesite materials, taking your polished andesite first, go in line with this pillar and this pillar, so where they meet, which is here. And we're going to build up for a total of, I think this is about 5. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. Then we're adding ourselves 2 slabs on the top of that one. So the top part of that block, but not on the actual top. So in line with it. And build back to this wall. Fill in that 1 block there as well. Now this is going to start our catwalk, so this is going to be really, really useful. If you want to build 2 down here as well, and this little space in here, and also start in this one, and build this along. This will really be helpful for the raised up platform for the flooring around underneath of the catwalk. Okay, so going along the catwalk now, we'll build 5 slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically in line with our next pillar. So drop down where your pillar is going to be for the 5 blocks, and then build in your slabs. So that's how we're going to work this. We're going to do pillars and then slabs. So we'll do 3 slabs now, like so. Our next pillar of 5, which is not in line with anything andesite on this one, so don't worry about that. Then build in your slabs. So now we're going to have to let the slabs take over for a little while. So we'll take our slabs again and build 5 blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, 4. Then we'll do 5 over here, like so. So we have that rivet coming out. Now that's 2 rivets. We need a 3rd rivet just here. Now I'm going to stop. I'm going to go over to this section over here where the honey is. I'm not going to build any slabs in this gap here, so not there. That is not where we want it. That is going to be another wall later on. So we're going to go ahead and build forward. So count that as a wall. So start counting here. I'm going to go 1 and 2 on the right side of this thing. So over here. 2, like so. And on 3, which is going to be a block in front of where we have the netherite right now, we build a pillar of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. If you need any more sort of justification where this is, it's in line with the first black concrete like so, but it is not in line with the netherite. This netherite is a little bit skinny at the moment. We're going to bulk it out later. So that's great. So we just go ahead and add in our slabs, going around diagonally like so until they diagonally touch that one. Then we can add in slabs here, not in line, like not under the black concrete, but in line, like so. And then here again. So there, along to this point here, and then back to the netherite. So here do the same, but remember, we're counting this as a wall, so don't build in this gap. Cool. Now then, here, just to make it look nicer, I went ahead and put upside down stairs next to the pillar, to the right side, a slab here, and an upside down stair just there. So this stair here is in the wrong spot. That was from when I tried to do this earlier. We're going to build it just here on that first netherite just there. So you leave a gap of 3 between the 2, like so. Awesome. Place your slab in front of that. Then we'll stick another upside down stair here. So I'm going to stick a tent block kind of there, so I can stick my upside down stair there, like so. Then we stick our pillar just here, so that tent block was actually useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And then we copy the opposite of what we did here. So just take your slabs, run it to where they're going to go, not including, remember, we keep that fake wall there just so we can know where that's going to be, but then fill in all the little silhouetted parts just like so. Build the one that goes diagonal from the pillar, so that is the row of 5. Then we'll do the row of 5 here, but going back again, the row of 5 here, and then we'll do the row of 5 here, and then it goes back into 4. So pretty awesome stuff. Just take you have the same amount of rivets on both sides. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 now. Perfect. Looking good. No idea why there's racing outside. Okay, so what we need to do now is we're going to make this into a 3 block sort of staircase. So we're going to add in ourselves a block that is going to go on the end of this 3, like so. Underneath of this, it's going to have a stair like so. Then it's going to have a slab here with a slab underneath. So technically it's actually a block. And then we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to add a slab there to make that block. and then a stair upside down there like so. Brilliant. Then you can add in a pillar of andesite and then connect it with a slab above, like that. Brilliant. If you now want to do the same here, maybe with some light grey concrete or something, we can sort that out later anyways to make it look like a tunnel. For now though, let's build the rest of our staircase. So go behind this upside down stair and build 4, like so. Then we'll build 2 rows of 3, like so. And then we want to build finally just 1, 2, and then 1, like that. So it's in line with the pillar. Once again, we use the pillars to our advantage. Let's stick ourselves stairs here, here, and finally here. Add in 2 blocks just there. Add stairs in here, and finally there. Then we'll add a nice railing that is going to go around the entire perimeter of this catwalk. So add 1 railing here, 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 2 here, 1 there, and then we'll start to do a diagonal pattern around this entire shape until you reach that stair. Same over this way. So a diagonal sort of wavy pattern until you reach that pillar in the corner there, like so. Wow, that was crazy. That was a crazy big section. So the last thing we can do with our slabs is we're going to come to down here, kind of next to this pillar area. We're going to go ahead and instead of like placing one in the corner there, just in the shadows, we'll build a pillar of andesite here with a slab on top. Start next and go along like this, right the way to the other side. Fill in everything that is in line with the slabs above. So of course leave that 4 block shape kind of empty and fill in here. This is quite a satisfying section, I think, because we sort of fill up the grass and it makes it look really, really nice. So here we'll add in 4, and then we'll do like a, I think that's about 7, just in there like so. Okay, let me just check that just so I think it's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, nice one. Wow, okay. Like I said guys, if I do go too quickly or you have any questions, pause the video of course, and drop any questions you might have in the comments down below. Now then, one thing I will say, once you get to this pillar over on the left side, we're going to start to bring it out just by a little bit for the slabs. So we'll just add in 1 there, then we'll do the same here by adding in 2. So I think it's the same kind of going around, so it does like the same sort of riveted pattern above, just slightly a block out after it, if that makes sense. So we want to have like 2 slabs out from this one, so we just add in enough to get it to go diagonal, like that. Slabs run in front of the pillars just for 1 layer as well. Then we'll fill in all of this back section. So once you get this done, it's going to look awesome. But it is a little bit confusing for the most, well, the bigger sections of course, which you kind of expect, but it is a little bit annoying. What I will say is if you want to drop down to this tunnel down here, just so we don't have to fill in this section later, take your andesite and just fill up that like so, and then up here, leave this all empty at the moment, but this side, just fill that one in too, like that. It does go back another one, like another block, from the actual tunnel entrance, so this is nice and left empty, but this layer's filled up. But we'll have to do that in a second when I've grabbed some new materials. Okay, that is awesome. Now then, go to your left wall over here. Do you remember earlier I was saying this one is 5 blocks, so we can add in a door? We're going to add in that door now. So we'll go to the middle block, which is here, knock out 2, and the third one at the bottom. Replace the third one with a block of polished andesite. Place a door facing outwards from the building, like so. Fly back in. Place a button on the top left side of the doorway. Knock out this block and this block here, so those 2. And just replace them with some glass panes. Pretty simple stuff. Awesome, guys. Now, if you want to go ahead and keep your glass panes for this next section, we'll get on to building this back bit as well. We'll also try and complete the tunnel and even the floor. Alright, so the next part of this build is going to get a little bit crazy, so definitely stay tuned. We're going to take ourselves cyan terracotta, some dark prismarine, some nether brick slabs, some glass panes, some red concrete, some red stained glass panes, some blue stained glass panes, some grey carpet, and finally a sea lantern as well. We're going to go ahead and build ourselves a little crate that is going to go down next to these pipes. So we'll go in line with this pipe here, the first one closest to the door, and build a block away on the floor. So right here, 1, 2, then we'll add in 1, 2, 3 around the corner, and then 2 up here like so. Then we're going to stick ourselves nether brick slabs on top of all of these prismarine blocks like so. Knock out this block and this block in the floor, and place yourself sea lanterns here with some grey carpet on top. Now we're going to go ahead and work on the other sections. So in this corner over here, so this is on the left wall, come to the kind of second rivet in, just here. Knock out this one in the floor, and place a sea lantern there. Now I would cover that up with carpet, but it looks a little bit silly in line with the slabs. So we're actually going to use ourselves an iron trapdoor a little bit later on. For now though, take your red concrete, fill up this little gap in between the black concretes on both sides. And we actually want to go ahead and do the same at the top. So very, very simple and also very effective. Kind of like filling in a puzzle piece like so. Looking good. Now don't worry that the red concrete shines kind of below as well, like you can see it from below. Because it is in line with the slabs just here, it's a little bit awkward, you know, to get that sort of hidden away. You could do it of course if you use some more slabs, but I think it looks better that way. I think it adds a little bit more of a detail above, you know, and below. Okay, so the next thing to do is go ahead and take your, well, whilst we're on the subject of red concrete, let's take our red concrete. We're going to go into the middle bit here, and where we're going to build that 3 block section onto this back wall. Come in line with your slabs and build yourself 1, 2, 3 blocks. Then we're going to build forward for about, well, leave a block, then build 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to leave a block again and build another 3. So you're going to do 3 rows of 3 like so. Here you can add in 1 block in the middle at the back, but the rest will be left empty at the moment. That is going to be for the little car that we see parked here, and I think it's actually driving off when they first get into the base, so that's kind of cool. It's a little bit different to the one in the vial storage area, like at the back of the vial storage area. That's kind of like a van. This one's almost like a flatbed type thing, so very cool and very unique. Alright, that's looking great guys. So the next thing to do is taking ourselves our glass panes. What we'd like to do is go ahead and drop down here in this little gap. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves, I'm actually going to pick block the wall here for my light grey concrete back. I want to go ahead and stick 2 just here in the floor like so, and do that on both sides. Oops, like so. I'm going to swap out my dark prismarine for some polished andesite. I'm going to stick these in the level of the floor as well. Well, this wall, if that makes sense. Awesome. Now I can actually take my red stained glass and my blue stained glass. Red is going to go closest to the netherite, following up the glass blocks and honey. So do that on both sides, of course, next to the netherite. And then blue will go the opposite side. And you should be filling up it into like a square shape like that. And it just adds the effect that there's something dripping down here, or even just very, very bright lights that are kind of emanating from the back wall. Looks super cool, and it definitely adds a nice effect to the whole build. But yeah, that's great. That is looking awesome. So let's take ourselves our light grey concrete and just add in a block here and here, so it's in line with the slabs like so. Do that on the other side as well, like that. So it just adds there's no gap below, so you can't fall through, and it also gives us something to anchor our glass panes to. So we're going to go ahead and use our glass panes for this section, so literally just in front of all the other glass panes. It's quite a lot of glass together, but it looks super good when it's in there together. And you know, it really helps us make the build look how it is supposed to. So filling up all of this section just here like so. Oh, I missed out a netherite block on this side. That is my bad. There we go. So don't forget to grab yourselves your cyan terracotta back, guys, if you did have to pick block, like I just did. Because we're going to go ahead and build ourselves our tunnel. So we're going to complete up the tunnel over here. So this just adds a little bit of the effect of the car leaving the area. So we'll add in 1, 2, 3. Just back from the wall here, another 3, and a final 3 up above, just to complete the silhouette there, like so. So it's a little bit, you know, you gotta use your imagination a little bit to decide where this is going to go, or if you actually wanted to chop out like half of the Russian base on this side, and you know, continue it again, definitely let me know what you do in the comments down below. And if you follow me on any of my social medias, all the links in the description by the way, let me know as well on there by tagging me at Wheel Assassin. So let's take our sea lanterns, knock out these 3 blocks here, and grey carpet on top. And then over here I went ahead and added some more as well. So I went ahead and added 1, 2 and 3 in the little corners there like so. There's also some under the pipes because it gets very, very dark in these little corners. And yeah, that is it for these materials at the moment. The final thing you can do is taking your cyan terracotta, knocking out all the remaining grass blocks and replacing them with your cyan terracotta. I'll be right back, let's get that done. Okay, so what we're going to do now guys is take some grey concrete, some block of netherite, some crimson hyphae, I hope I'm saying that right, some nether wart block, some yellow stained glass, some honeycomb block, some red glazed terracotta, some red stained glass, and finally some black concrete as well. Place your black concrete, one here, here, here and here for the wheels of the little car. Then we'll go ahead and outline our sort of, you know, makeshift sort of corridors here, the tunnels. So we're going to go ahead and knock out this block here, and build an outline of black concrete like so, just going up, knock out that one, and replace them with that. If you want to go ahead and add in, you know, a couple here as well, you can do, but it will change the slabs above. And because we're actually adding black concrete up to the ceiling from these two, it doesn't really matter too much if we, you know, cover them up or don't. I'm going to add in another block just there like so. So you've got the red peeking through, but it's not actually the first thing you see up above. So it looks really, really cool. It's kind of like very creepily lit up in there. So we're going to take ourselves that one and that one again, so next to our light grey, build up to the slab, knock out the slab on both sides, and then build past it straight to the ceiling, and then add in your one block in the middle. Awesome, look how much more menacing that looks. Very, very cool. Okay, so the next step is actually to build our middle central bit. So we're going to take ourselves our block of netherite, knock out these 3 slabs just here, place 3 netherite with 2 on both sides, stick honeycomb in the middle. Isn't it funny how the entire Russian base is powered by honeycomb? It appears that way. You just never know in Stranger Things, do you? You know, the 11 loves Eggos, the Russians love honey, apparently, in Stranger Things, so who knows? Let's stick ourselves a yellow stained glass on both sides and then one in the middle, a netherite block in the central one, and then grey concrete on both of the sides of the yellow. Then we'll stick ourselves 3 netherite just in line with the iron bars, and then we'll take our grey concrete for 2 blocks, 1, 2 on both sides, with a yellow stained glass here, a netherite above it, netherite here and here, red glazed terracotta in the central one just there, and then finally yellow stained glass again for the top. Awesome. Okay, so around the corners we're going to go to this section, and we're going to stick ourselves a red stained glass pane just here. Sorry, not pane, just a glass block. Knocking out the netherite so you expose the redstone lamps. Now once we've lit these up on the outside, when we get onto the roof, it's going to look super cool, because it will kind of glow through and add like a very, very strange and creepy look to this entire thing. For now though, drop down here, we're going to add in ourselves our crimson, I'm just going to call it crimson, just here and here, and then nether wart block above that on both sides, like so, to complete up that middle section. Now it's not 100% complete because we need to add some buttons in a second, but for now, take your grey concrete again and knock out these 2 blocks here, replacing them with those, and these 2 blocks here, replacing them with grey concrete. So these 2 and these 2. It just adds a little bit of a detailed pattern and more texture to the entire shape than anything. So it's not really important, but if you want to add it in just for a bit of extra detail, then there you go. Awesome guys. Right, I'm going to grab some more materials. I'll be right back. So the next materials we will need is some spruce trapdoors, some stone buttons, some red stained glass again, some item frames, a lever, red carpet, iron trapdoors, sea lanterns, and finally polished andesite slabs again. So we'll stick ourselves a lot of materials on the car. We'll stick item frames here, and then 2 at the front as well. a block away. For the front ones, facing the tunnel, we'll stick ourselves 2 sea lanterns at the item frames like so. And then for the back ones, stick some red stained glass like so. Now take yourself spruce trapdoors and build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this one here is going to be folded up this way towards the tunnel, but folded up against the seat like so. You can also stick a trapdoor in here if you want to, but I prefer to use a slab of spruce wood, just to complete up the seat here. But then again, you can use a trapdoor, so you can actually sit in this yourself. Boom, let's knock that out for now. Stick stone buttons on here, but you can't of course do it that side. I was about to do it, why? I'm a little bit dumb. And then we'll stick ourselves iron trapdoor, just one here, with a lever at the front for the controls. So nothing really too fancy, but it adds a little bit of a detail there. We'll put red carpet here, and 2 here as well. They have a little sort of vehicle. Doesn't look too great, but it does the job to represent what we need it to represent, so that is the main thing. Okay, now we're on to quite a difficult section, but we're almost at the end of the base today. So we're going to take ourselves our sea lanterns, iron trapdoors, and finally polished andesite. We're going to stick ourselves an iron trapdoor down here, and that was the hardest part. No, no it wasn't. That is just because I reminded myself of it. We'll go ahead. The police obviously came to arrest me for that joke, so I just had to sort of stop the video there for a second. Let's go ahead and take our slab and place a row here. So this is actually towards the tunnel, the actual corridor. Another one just here. We're going to try and get 4 basically. So a third one just here. Let me just go and finish up that side. And finally we need a 4th row just here. What I mean by 4 is from the furthest point away. So the furthest point away in this case is this back wall here. And we have 4 slabs at the highest point now, which is awesome. So we're going to line up with our pillars, and we're going to build ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for both of the pillars, like so. And then we'll leave 3 blocks away and do another one. So we actually build on the 4th one, and another 3 blocks away this side, like so. Over here, 3 blocks away. 4th one, you build the 6, 3 blocks away, 4th one and build the 6, like so. Looking awesome. So go ahead and drop down onto this and stick some iron trapdoors. You can do this after the entire thing is done if you like to, just to save yourself some time. I might do that after I've done these lot, just because it's a little bit easier then. And also filling up the slabs, you can fill up the rest of them after as well. For now though, we'll take our slabs again. Now we have in all of the major sort of lights above. We're going to go from these 2 in the central ones that are connected to the pillar, kind of connected, and we're going to leave a 3 block gap. So 1, 2, 3 slabs for both of them, and build a row of about 5 sea lanterns like so. Now we'll leave 3 on both sides, so kind of building like an airplane looking thing, like so. And then we'll actually drop a sea lantern here on both sides and build it back towards this structure over here. We're going to do that for about 4 blocks in total. Yeah, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. And you can actually do 2 lots of these. So you leave a 3 block gap again and build your 4, like so. So it also lines up with the ones previous, which is great. That's what we like to see. And there we go. So that is basically all the lights for the base on the ceiling. That's why we added in the ones in the floor. So now what we need to do is add in our slabs. So the slabs are the exact level as the rest of the previous ones. So add in all of your slabs in the remaining gaps, even up to this back section. And then add in all of your trapdoors onto the bottom of the sea lanterns. Let's get it done, guys. It's going to be a little bit of a tricky process, so make sure you've got some biscuits with you. Let's go for it. So to finish off the build for today, guys, we're just going to take ourselves some spruce buttons, spruce wood slab, and finally daylight sensors. We're going to go ahead and stick our slab just in the car, like I was telling you guys about earlier. I'm going to stick my buttons on the smooth stone here and around the corner, on both of them like so. I'm going to break myself out of the base. Oh, okay. I obviously have a big belly. There we go. Nice one. And we're going to go ahead and stick daylight sensors on the redstone lamps at the back, like so. Now I really wanted to do like a grand finale by just going, whew, boom. Look how cool that looks with the lamps glowing in there like so. Just adds a whole different effect to the place. It just makes it look so much more creepy and menacing, which is what we're going for. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier, but if you'd also, when you're doing the lights and whatnot, if you maybe want to like drop it down a notch so it's in line with this, the top of this block here, then you can also add in your floor material on top of all the slabs and whatnot, so you can cover up any, come on, there we go, any sea lanterns on the roof, similar to what I've done over here. So I'll just quickly show you. It's I've kind of covered it up a little bit more on this side. Now I was trying to make this one look nice for above ground, so it really isn't, you know, if you're building underground then I wouldn't worry about this detail at all. But yeah, if you build it in the overworld and you want to make it look a little bit cleaner on the roof, all I did was kind of covered up my slab sea lantern pattern with some cyan terracotta. So I can see, still got the 2 layers. I just started the sea lanterns and slabs on this bottom one, and then the rest of them, you know, the one above is just your bog standard cyan terracotta. So nothing too fancy, but you know, small details like that do kind of make a difference. So like I said, if you want to do it, go for it. But this one, I'm going to be making it the authentic way and kind of representing it as it would be underground. So yeah, that is how to build my Russian base from Stranger Things in Minecraft. Thank you so much for watching part number 5, guys. That was awesome. That was very difficult, to be honest, in certain sections. I just hope that you guys are getting on okay with it and you managed to follow along all right. But if you did make it to the end of the video and everything is still okay and you're still here, then that is a great thing. That is a really great thing. You haven't thrown your controller out the window or anything like that, so phew, thank goodness. Thank you so much for watching this Weird Assassin video, guys. You are absolute legends for getting to the end, like I said. If you do want to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, please go ahead and do so. If you didn't, of course, drop a dislike. If you are interested in staying tuned for part 6 coming soon, which is going to be the not interrogation room, the surveillance room on the left side over here. So quite a small section, which will be lovely to do after this huge one. Definitely consider subscribing, joining the Assassinhood today for future tutorials and uploads. That'll be awesome. If you are interested in checking out my social medias, please do all that. Links in the description below. Also drop a few on screen right away. And yeah, I just want to mention something super random, but I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but I actually do have a second channel where I do upload some random clips on different games and whatnot. Not mostly Minecraft, but quite a lot of like funny and silly moments and all that crazy business. So if you are interested in checking out some non-Minecraft Wheel Assassin content, please go ahead, again, drop over there, link in the description below, and yeah, maybe I can make your day with some of those stupid videos, who knows. But yeah, goodbye for now, Assassins. Thank you once again, legends. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye for now.